Hey everybody, Stefan Pizzuto of Journey Hunts. Today we're going to be using a pressure cooker to make one of my family's favorite meals, hopefully soon to be one of your family's favorite meals, venison burritos. Stay with us, we're going to grab our ingredients and then we're going to get started. Okay, so welcome back. So the first thing we're going to start with is about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of meat. Now I like using venison, but you can use any kind of meat you want. You can use beef or chicken. You could probably even do the vegetarian thing if you want and go with just rice and beans. But for me, I like deer meat. So I'm starting with about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of ground deer meat. You also don't have to use ground meat if you don't want to either. My wife prefers when I just put a roast in and then later on, after the cooking process is done, just slivering off pieces of the meat and throwing it in the burrito like that. So that also works. Also, I'm using a Power Pressure Cooker XL today. It doesn't matter if you have a different model or different unit. They should all be the same. The only thing you might want to check on is the cooking times and settings may be different for your unit. Also, you could totally just forego the pressure cooker and go with a crock pot if you want to. Just throw all the same ingredients into the crock pot and put it on low for about 8 hours. You end up with the same results. So next I'm going to go with black beans. I have a 15-ounce can of black beans that I'm throwing in. Now, if you're going to do this with a crock pot, drain about half of the liquid out. If you're doing it with a pressure cooker, just throw it all in and it'll pretty much cook out anyway. Next is a 16-ounce jar of salsa. You can use any kind of salsa that you want, it doesn't matter. I usually try to go with something that has corn in it. If not, I will go to the store and get a little Mexi-corn can about this big. You can find it in the corn aisle or in the Mexican aisle, and I usually will throw that in. Doesn't matter what kind of salsa it is or what size. You can use a smaller jar if you want, just depending on how salsa-y you want it. So I usually will mix it up a little bit. It's not too detrimental for a pressure cooker. If you're using a crock pot, you really want to try to mix it up good. But in a pressure cooker, it generally cooks through anyway. So now that I have it mixed up, I'm just going to put my lid on. Okay, so now that we have the lid on, I'm going to do my setting for meat. And I'm going to adjust it up a few minutes to about 22. My meat setting is 15. I find that it cooks through okay, but some of it's a little raw. So 22 minutes for me is the best cook time. It cooks all the way through without burning it. And again, depending on what kind of pressure cooker you have, yours may be a little different. So what we'll do is we will check back in 22 minutes, finish up the burritos. Okay, so the cooking cycle is done, and now it's time to finish off our burritos. So the next ingredient we're going to add is an 8-ounce block of Philly cream cheese. Of course, it doesn't have to be Philly, any cream cheese. Notice though I cut it into smaller blocks just because it breaks down quicker that way. So once we put it in, I just mix it around. There's no need to go through another cooking cycle. If you mix it around, it'll be enough to melt it. The unit really maintains the heat well. Plus, if we put the lid on, it'll make it melt even quicker. So I'm just going to stir it up a little bit until it looks like it's broken down. That looks good already. Okay. Next, final ingredient, shredded cheese. I'm using 4-cheese Mexican. You can use taco cheese. You can use shredded cheddar, any kind you like. And I don't bother measuring it out. I just eye it up. My family likes it really cheesy, so I tend to put a lot of cheese in, but you can do that however you'd like. Okay. You can also be done here if you want to make this into a dip instead of burritos. You just take your chips, dip your chips in, and you're ready to go. My wife and I do that if we're going to a picnic or a party or something, and we just want to make a quick dip. It always goes over like gangbusters, and it's really quick and easy to make. So while the cheese is melting, this is when we prepare the tortillas. I've already done it, but just in order to save time. You can use any tortillas you want. I think these are white. You can use wheat, any size. These are like 8 inches, I believe. Cook it according to the time on the package, usually 10 to 20 seconds. This is also a good time to prepare the tortilla if you want to put something else inside of it. Maybe you like lettuce or tomatoes or onions, peppers, whatever you can put in. We like ours plain. So now that we are melted through here with all of our cheeses, I'm going to put in just a glob of the mixture about maybe this big in the middle of the tortilla. Drain it out a little bit. I used a lot of salsa, so it's going to be a little liquidy, but that's okay. I like it like that. That's a good size right there. Fold it up. And voila. Your burrito is ready to go. I also like to serve sides with this. A lot of times I'll use refried beans or Spanish rice, whatever you like. So, thanks for watching. Put comments in the comments section below if you made it. Let me know how it got. Also, if you can think of any ways to improve it or make it better, share that with us as well. Thanks for watching. Check us out on the web, journeyhunts.com. Like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, thanks a lot.